Hello, welcome to Strategic Mind 49. I know it's been a very long time for me without doing any videos on Line of Battle. To be honest and frank, I completely disliked the previous patch so much that I didn't want to play Lines of Battle much in the previous patch, but it has changed. They noticed that the player were not liking it, and the player base dropped, and they made the changes to make the game a bit better. And yeah, some people have come back, and I'm one of them. So that's why I'm doing a video today. And what the best opponent I can get in Line of Battle is Mr. ECU himself. So this is gonna give a really good matchup and test my knowledge about this new patch and see what I can do, because there's no better player right now than ECU. So yeah, let's see what happens. So as you can see, they made a little new patch for like 2 days ago, and now you can deploy your skirmishers, your elite infantry, your light infantry, or your hussars in the front line a bit further than the normal front line for the rest of your army, and have them arrive way faster than any other troops. So I like this improvement because it gives you a good potential for having an edge on your opponent for sure if you use those type of units. So yeah, I like that, and I made my deployment as you can see. Infantry on the left, infantry on the right, center artillery, and skirmishers in the front with some hussars. ECU had deployed basically the same thing as me, but a huge line on the right, a huge line on the left, with some cavalry on the left and cavalry on the right. So he spread his cavalry a little bit, and had 3 cavalry in the middle so that he can pressure whatever I'm gonna pump in the middle of the map. Completely disregard whatever he's bringing to reinforce his center. I'm just gonna send my hussar full charge on those skirmishers, because you have a huge advantage with your hussar against skirmishers, because you can just sweep them completely to 0 in one charge, and you can keep going so on and so on to the next one with those types of units. So yeah, I said why not, and even if I lose them afterwards, it's fine. I'll have done the damage, and my troops will come back later in the battle eventually, because they can only flee one direction, and I'm gonna make sure that they can come back later. Alright, he tried to advance his cavalry in the middle to disrupt my artillery that was in the tree line, but with the new system of the artillery, you can now defend yourself a bit more, and because they have a huge bonus in trees, then they don't do really much damage anymore. So yeah, basically all my units that I sent forward are dead or about to die, and will flee completely out eventually in the next few turns, that's for sure. that's what I wanted to make. I wanted to actually do some damage. I killed one of his artillery, damaged his other artillery, damaged a little bit one of his artillery, and three of his skirmishers are out now. So he's gonna have fewer skirmishers to deal with, and yeah, my units will flee, but at least I have something in return. Oh, and I managed to kill this unit also in the complete chaos that was happening on the left flank. So yeah, as you can see, my artillery completely defended himself even more with another charge of his cavalry, and I'm gonna take advantage of that. But still, the cavalry have done enough damage that the infantry will probably finish him off. There you go. My unit is done, but they have made the movement that I wanted him to make. He moved forward his best units, and now he's only having a few left in the middle to defend his artillery, which are kind of in trouble, to be honest. They're about to be outnumbered, and yeah. But the thing is, the left flank was going very well for him. I did not expected that, even though I should, but I had not much time to move every turn. We had like 2 minutes to move, and I didn't really put too much efforts on the left flank. Sorry, and yeah, the left flank will be completely crushed for me. But at the same time, as I'm getting crushed on the left flank, I'm doing some big damage with the artillery, because the only reason why I want to make left flank going forward like this and right flank going like this is to be able to shoot with my artillery in the middle on crossfire. Because right now I have those 3 units that I can shoot like this, shoot on the side like that. That does tremendous damage to his morale. So that's why I want that to happen. At the same time, it's not good. It's not good to have like all your units to get completely killed off. That's for sure. But at the same time, he has to make some move towards my artillery eventually, and my artillery will have some men to defend themselves. So these guys will not be fresh anymore. They will have fight. They will have use their stamina, because yes, there's stamina now in this meta. So you gotta be careful of what you do as charge and close combat, because it's gonna use a lot of your stamina, and the less stamina you have, the weaker you are to fight. Very much liking the new mechanic with the artillery that can defend themselves, because normally that would be completely destroyed. You would have completely annihilated my artillery without even having like any casualties on his cavalry. So this is why now artillery are good to play, not like in the previous patch where no artillery with only cavalry and only infantry was the meta, which I hated, and I had to play. I was convinced that if you don't play that, if you didn't play that meta, then you would lose, and that was sad, because I didn't really like to play that, but I felt needed to play it anyway. So yeah, and now it's way better that the artillery is kind of useful again. So yeah, I love that mechanics. On the right flank though, as he crushed me on the left flank, I crushed him completely on the right flank. Because of the new mechanics now, that if you get a charge on the flank, it will take way more damage on the unit that's getting charged, if only if you have more organization than your enemy. If you do not have more organization than your enemy, you will lose. You will completely lose. And this guy is almost full, so with only one unit I can completely crush those two units in 2 turns. I can crush him 1 turn and then go on the next turn. And this one, same thing. I can wait with this with this unit and have the cannon in the back shooting on the side, and then charge him if I'm having more organization than him. And this fight will get lost for him, so this unit will be able to move next turn. See? That's what I mean. Like, when you charge a unit, you gotta make sure that your organization will remain better than your opponent on the full turn until you charge on that turn. Because if you don't have enough stamina, enough organization, much better than your enemy, you will lose. You will get the most damage on your side and not on your enemy side. So that's what happened here. He charged me, and more stamina, organization, because I shot him at the same time, on the same turn. So he thought it was good to charge me, but because I shot him with other units on the side flank and on the rear side of his infantry, he just lose enough organization that I can completely crush him when he's gonna charge me. Right. As you can see. Oh, and those skirmishers in the open, completely dead if you get charged by pretty much everything. Maybe not the artillery, but it's not very good to get charged on your skirmishers. So this guy is about to have a bad day, a very, very bad day. The only way you can save them is if you're in 3 line like this. Otherwise, you gotta make sure that you're not gonna get charged, because you're gonna get screwed for sure, like this guy is about to get. Here you go. But at the same time, I have my artillery shooting back, so it's not a big deal. I'm winning on the right flank now, completely crushing him. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry completely dead. 1 more that is about to die here. 1 more that is dead on the center. So basically, over here, I'm doing super well. I'm doing super fine compared to this side. This side, I'm doing so much bad. But at least I've made him like a bit weak. Like, these units are not full potential, and that's the key. That's the key, because I have artillery. I have a brick wall waiting for him. Like, I have units. Yes, those units came back. Finally, yes, they did. They did their job. You know, they killed off the artillery right off the bat. They killed the skirmisher right off the bat. Now the skirmisher have to run back. They're still running. Like, they're still here. That's why I did the movement. That's why I did not care about those cavalry, because I know cavalry will have a better chance to come back into the battle, and also they have a greater movement. They can move way faster than normal units because they're on horse, obviously. So they can come back eventually in the fight. If you sacrifice them in the early game for some skirmishers and artillery, and have your enemy completely chaotically fighting you back, that's a win in my book. That's a very good win. So yeah, completely crushing on the right. Now I have this open field, completely open. I even charged on his cannon with my infantry that was in the tree line over here, and now he's in trouble. Completely surrounded on the right flank. He cannot send any of his men to help because he wants to charge. He wants to get this center completely off battle. But the thing is, it's gonna be hard because his men are exhausted. As you can see now, ECU is a very aggressive man, by the way. He likes to be aggressive, and that's why it's not good in this meta, because you have stamina that you need to also make sure that you have enough. So you need sometimes to just take a break, you know, don't move, just stand still. That's why the artillery and the infantry can be good, because they just can shoot, you know. They will still spend some stamina. I don't know why exactly, like shooting a gun doesn't really make you spend stamina. I mean, it's like walking. Anyway, it does make you spend stamina, but it's not as much as you do when you run, for sure. But still, you need to make them stand still. You need to make them get them coming back with their breath. You know, you need to make sure your men are good to fight, and that's what he did. The mistake, like his cavalry here is also about to get no stamina, which is completely useless when you have cavalry with no stamina like this guy. He's trying to charge, but with no stamina again, it's not good. He's completely dead to me. Like it's not gonna be doing good against like completely full stamina units, or almost full. Like it's doing nothing here. So yeah, it's very nerfing people that are aggressive on this patch because of the stamina system. So yeah. I even charged with the skirmisher on the infantry because I knew that this turn I was gonna shoot with 2 of my artillery, and at the same time my skirmisher was completely full HP. And also you can shoot through your own skirmishers with your artillery if you didn't know, so you can do some tactics with that. I know that even though I crushed this unit, he will probably come for my artillery next turn. It's fine. That's why I moved them in the middle, so that I can sacrifice at least a little bit of movement, because when they will move forward with their momentum, they'll lose a bit of their momentum, you know, because they'll kill off my units first, and then they'll try to go on my artillery, and my artillery will try to defend themselves, but they still will have to fight against like infantry. It's not very good, but at least I will not eat as much damage as I should if I did not have this unit in the in the front of my artillery. And then at the same time as he's doing this move, moving on my artillery, yes, you're gonna take my artillery, yes, you're gonna do pick off like infantry left and right, but at the same time, where are your reinforcement, man? They're in the back rank. They're completely out, and they're like low stamina, low org. They have to regroup, man. Like, this is why you're getting screwed on this game, Mr. ECU. It's because you're too aggressive. You need to take it slow. On this meta, you need to change your set of mind. It's nice that you need that you want to charge and, you know, like win on the charge fighting, but at the same time, you're gonna spend a lot of your stamina on your men, and on the long run, you'll probably have to fall back. And this is what happened here. He did not really take care of his men so well for the stamina system, so yeah, he's got very weak stamina infantry here, and also he's got all of those that are completely out of the fight and want to get back home, running away from my men. So not going so well anymore. I was thinking at the middle of the fight that I was gonna maybe lose, because I did crush maybe on the right, but he crushed so badly on the left that I thought maybe he could win this. But at the same time, he has to make a very long run for my artillery at the same time, so it's kind of not very good for him. Anyway. Yeah, so here I'm completely dominating the hill, completely taking care of what's left here, and maybe he's coming back, but at the same time, see, he's got low org, low stamina, weak HP, which is all very bad for your troops. You want to fight with fresh units, but all of his units are tired, and they don't want to fight anymore, you know, like they're out of this battle, and all he's got left on the center is his 5 units, 1 cav and 4 infantry that are in the back rank. But at the same time, my units are coming back. You cannot do the old meta that you have to like bring some units in the back rank and try to pursue other units. You can still do that with some cavalry if you have a very good advantage with cavalry, but at the same time, you're gonna spend a lot of your resources to do so. So you got to make sure that, yes, if you do that, can you win still the main battle? Can you do the same as you did in the old meta? It depends, but I feel that it's not anymore the type of play you're gonna see. You're gonna see more steady fights and try to win the star for sure, and have an edge on your enemy standing in a good position. Also, I really do love the fact that artillery can now shoot and move, which is tremendously good on howitzers. Like all the type of howitzer, the 4-pounder, the 6-pound, the 8-pound, whatever howitzers are so good now with this ability, because you can like basically have a tactical movement with your artillery. They have good defense now. They have good stats on close range, so you can move and shoot. Even though you're doing less damage when you move and shoot, you still do damage, and you're positioning yourself way better for the next turn. So yeah, that's really good. So that's what I did here. I used it to the full potential. And here we go, my first victory against ECU. This has been like it's I've never beaten him, never ever. I fought him like maybe, I don't know, 10 times in the past, and never won a single battle against him because he's so aggressive. He's loving to move around, like flank you, Push is advantage everywhere, left and right, you know. But in this meta, if you do so with your men, they're gonna get exhausted, and that's where you're gonna get screwed if you still do that in your games. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.